Yeah. BX to the world. Turn the mics up in the lab. The Sports Jedi Network. The Smoke Sessions Podcast. Chemistry Lab. We under one roof now. Let's go. Yeah. The force just shifted, feel the paradigm bend. Sports Jedi Network in the Smoke Sessions blend. Let's go. True fan energy, gold standard theory, unfiltered the conversation, make the whole vision clearly. Lights of brand lighters, whole galaxy lit. Most powerful sessions and we standing on it. Home of the Jedis and the sessions combined. BX energy shining while we changing the timeline. Locking coordinates, entering the lab. K-Dot with Nap God, cooking chemistry tracks. Kev got the vision, holding down the throne. From the garden to the interviews, now the galaxy home. Round table spinning with legends and stars. Executives talking while we raising the bar. Carlos Silva gave insight on the TNA rise. D'Lo Brown burning scripts while he dropping that fire. Mike Santana with that Bronx Boricua pride. Talking documentaries and the battles inside. Frankie Kazarian vetting game on display. Nick the Meth reinvented every move every day. Jody Thread bringing knockouts to Vision Heat. Janai Kai kicking demons 6 feet deep. La Leona roaring loud, Valentina locked in. Jayla Santiago ready for the spotlight win. Jack Cartwheel flipping dreams into reality. Tom Haney for narrating moments for eternity. Steve Mecca, Militant Santino bringing control. Every guest stepping in leaves a mark on the show. Got hoes in the corner, knuckle brew steady. PGH, Chris Sharp analysis always ready. Chef Dan in the kitchen walking every take flight. Austin covering in the May every Saturday night. Raindrops, wrestling knowledge, no gimmicks involved. Every topic we touch and gets instantly solved. NFL hit sticks, NBA crossovers, MLB bombs. While the NHL cold covers, Octagon reports when the UFC pop. Social media buzzing cause the galaxy hot. No ceiling above us, no box, we confined. Sports Jedi Network got the culture aligned in it. The force just shifted, feel the paradigm bend. Sports Jedi Network in the Smoke Sessions blend. Let's go. Got that true fan energy, the gold standard theory. Unfiltered, unrivaled, making the vision not blurry. Lots of burn lighters, a whole different move, yeah. Lots of burn lighters, a whole different move. In the galaxy, a whole different move, yeah. The most powerful sessions in the galaxy is true. Home of the Jedi and the sessions. The most powerful sessions in the galaxy. Home of the Jedi and the sessions. The most powerful sessions in the galaxy. 808 knocking with the bass line. Heavy BX spirit in the booth. Whole squad ready. Pop culture covered with the music and news. No clickbait stories, only real point views. Yeah, Nap guy dreaming but awake in the mission. Independent grind built the whole coalition. Streaming through the chaos, never chasing the fame. Cause respect in the culture mean more than the name. Wrestling got streamers, everybody online. But one throne exists when the stars align. Yeah, watch alongs live for the premium fights. Every PPV night got the galaxy hype. From TNA moments to the WWE way. From indie spotlights to the legends we praise. Rising stars tapping in cause they know the route. Sports Jedi Network, what the future about. Smoke Sessions vibing, why the Jedi ignite. Two worlds unified and the timing is right. The chemistry lab got the formula now. Building empires while the crowd scream loud. No gatekeepers here, everybody can build. Independent hustle mixed with veteran skill. Every episode another page in the lore. And the force getting stronger than ever before. Unfiltered, unrivaled, under one roof and we built for survival. From the streets to the stars, yeah we setting the tone. The gold standard of sports finally home. Lightsabers high, lighters in the sky. BX to the galaxy, forever we ride. Yeah, yeah. BX to the galaxy, forever we ride. The force just shifted, feel the paradigm bend. Sports Jedi Network and the Smoke Sessions blend. Let's go. True fan energy, gold standard theory. Every episode louder, every vision more clearly. Lots of burn lighters, the movement alive. Most powerful sessions and the force amplified. Home of the Jedi and the sessions tonight. Yeah. The most powerful sessions in the galaxy for life. Yeah. Lightsaber and lighters. Subscribe, follow, join the order. Chemistry Lab, Smoke Sessions, Sports Jedi Network. May the sports be with you. Darling. Lily.
La, la, la. Okay, you can hear now. Oh, I forgot about that.
All right, we are live now. Salute everyone. Welcome to the Sports Jedi Network. As the Sports Jedi Network and the Smoky Session sits down with one of the most exciting rising stars in professional wrestling today, WWE ID, the one and only Jack Cartwheel, well known worldwide as Rocketwheel Jack Cartwheel, one of the most electrifying high flyers in modern day wrestling. Welcome to the show.
What's up, guys? Man, thank you so much for having me. I'm stoked to be here. Big fan of the Star Wars universe. So when I saw the name of the pod, dude, I was super excited. So yeah, heck yeah, let's get into it.
That's that. First off, again, for those who don't know who this man is, people, when you're watching this, I mean, we're gonna get into the Sidney Akeem. We're gonna get into some of his experience, but just know something, people. The comeback is gonna be more greater than the minor setback, because what he's been doing has been a nonstop hustle, nonstop inspiration, but most of all, showing you, the people who think, can I really do this? You can go out there and travel the world too. But first of all, I do want to thank again Kev, PGH Chris for allowing the smoke sessions, part of the Sports Jedi Network, to be a part of this show. What up, Nap God? But you know, Jack, the first thing I want to do is, how is rehab going? I know it was a little tough. You know, it was a good little momentum swing with AAA. Obviously, new management there. We can see the hunger, the excitement now. But you know, some happened, unfortunately. But how has it been for you overall? You know, any kind of lessons in between that has taught you? You know, patience, so forth.
Dude, totally. The process of all this rehab, it's going really well. Everything considered, dude, like it probably couldn't be going better in terms of, man, I had a real legit injury go down. No matter what happens, I'm gonna be out for a month or 2 or 3. That I'm doing my very best to try to get to a straightening degree. We're getting there slowly. So this is where I'm at right now, is actually 30. So it's pretty good. It's pretty good.
Oh yeah.
And I like what you said, man. That's right. Every setback is just the setup for the comeback. So, man, I appreciate it, saying that I've been grinding for 7 years every weekend, doing 2 or 3 shows, that something's bound to happen, and I appreciate that. I've been inspiring. So, thank you. Thank you.
You have been. Thank you, for real.
Yes, indeed.
Because I don't know how he does it, man. I'm just telling you, I'm 41. I had a little infection here, and I'm on FMLA for about 2 weeks. So that's a warrior right there. My fault, Kim. I just had to say that.
No, you're good. No, you're good. Nap.
Well, because I wanted to know, because you know, you worked in a storage unit. I also worked in a storage unit. That mentality, because you know, like the hustle, the grind. While you were working in the storage unit, was that also the thought, like, oh yeah, I'm gonna put money on the side to chase my dream immediately, or was it like first, like, well, you know, I'm gonna do this job, see where it goes, and then is that how you thought at first? Because that's how, like, like the whole time I was working there, even though I was like doing stuff, I was like, oh yeah, no, I'm definitely gonna take whatever opportunity this job gives me and grow with it. So
Yeah. So actually, I didn't work in a storage unit necessarily. But all the training of our school is totally in the storage unit. So that's completely correct. But the jobs that I had, I worked at Chipotle, I worked at a trampoline park, I worked at a grocery store, and I think all of it is yes, that mentality that, man, I'm doing this now, so when I get to go in that wrestling ring, it feels so much more freeing. I'm doing this now and it sucks, but that's what's this success of getting an ID contract or getting a AAA contract is going to mean so much more, because I was there making burritos. I was there cutting the cake at the parties. I was there bagging the groceries. That it means so much more now because I had that experience. And yeah, like it's uh yeah, that
no, thank you, because you know, people like you inspire me to, you know, do even better, and just like you know, with the injury, you're gonna keep going further and further after this. So
thank you. Thank you. Yeah, it's good to have some things that are going on that can take your that can allow your mind to wander. You know, I feel like I came up with some really great stuff when I was working at Chipotle or when I was at the trampoline park, because you're kind of just, a good part of it is some downtime, and you let your mind wander, and you let your mind subconsciously get to those great ideas that you can't brew automatically. So yeah, it's interesting.
Well, shout out to Chipotle, because I
I
love Chipotle. I'm there every Saturday after our Saturday show, so I love it.
What's your go-to?
I get a burrito bowl,
Okay.
chicken, get a little bit of sour cream, guac, cheese, lettuce. But I'm one of those guys that, like, I'll get chips and then I'll dip it in my bowl and then I'll do that, whatever. But that's mainly what I get. I like their bowl. I like everything. Especially
I think that's valid.
Especially their
valid.
quesadilla menu on the online only. That's pretty valid too.
Ooh.
But you mentioned earlier a little bit off air, you know, you were into other things, obviously gymnastics, football, other sports. I am as well, and I think a lot of us here are too. I'm just curious, what was it about wrestling that made you say, okay, you know, I want to chase this instead of maybe some of the other sports and hobbies that you were doing early on?
I think it's the optics of it. It just looks so much more fun than everything else. That it also carries the almost a hip hop type weight that you're chasing towards something. And that's the idea that I wanted to chase towards. Getting to WrestleMania is my main goal in life, and the energy that I need to have, that's my North Star up there, that no matter what's going on, that's going to be there, and I need to reach for it. And you know, the creativity aspect of it, the acrobatic aspect of it, the passion and the emotions behind it, which is perhaps lacking in some sports. And it comes up every now and then that you know, you'll have a team that's ahead and then another team trying to come back, and you, finally at the end it's super close. In pro wrestling, you get that every single match, and I think that's what part of the things that drew me towards it.
And real quick follow up. Did that gymnastics training help you adapt easier into wrestling?
Oh, definitely. I think the body control that I was able to learn for 12 to 15 years doing gymnastics helped a lot to control my body in the air and control other people's weight, and to understand where I am in the ring and positioning. It definitely helped with the transition to pro wrestling for sure.
Absolutely, because you look, it's very natural. So that's why I wanted to follow up on that.
Thank you. Heck yeah.
Right, and leads to my question, because you became one of the inaugural talents signed at the WWE ID program. What was your initial reaction when the opportunity came? You were grinding on the independent scene for 7 years, and when that opportunity came in November of last year, your thoughts, man? What came through your mind?
Dude, I'm trying to think of like a really good meme to compare it to, or like it felt like Kobe, the Kobe picture with the national championship. Like, you finally got it. That, like, not that the hard work is done, but grinding on the indies for so long, wishing and hoping, man, like, how am I gonna get to that next level? And then finally I received the ID, and finally I had been recognized. Dude, it meant the absolute world to me. It meant that all the long drives and all the pain and all the concentration and focus on reaching this dream, it wasn't for nothing. It led me to where I needed to go. And yeah, dude, it was just absolutely blissful. Like, nothing could touch me for at least a week. And then after a week, it slowed down, and then life starts again.
I have a quick follow up on that one, because due to the fact that you saw that the WWE was heavy into NIL signings, and now they were reaching to the independent scene, how much motivation did it give not yourself but fellow independent wrestlers throughout the nation?
Dude, I hope it gives them all the motivation. I hope that it opens that door, because that's what it did for me. And yeah, it's so inspiring for independent wrestlers to now see, hey, WWE is looking. WWE is finding talent, and you're getting signed. It's not you don't have to be a legacy or the 10-foot tall NIL guy. You can be a 5'6" Jack Cartwheel with a whole lot of heart and still make it. And I think that's the most important thing with the ID program and what other independent wrestlers can take along with them, that it's tangible. It's right there, bro. These are freaking goals. They are not a intangible fake thing. It's right here. It's right in front of you, and it's up to us to go freaking take it.
Absolutely. Can I ask you a question real quick, Kev?
Yes, sir.
Are we PG?
No, you could go be R-rated. You could say the word fuck, shit.
Perfect. Just wanted to know, because again, Jack, you know, when you're out here performing, and before we, you know, get to the early history of you, you got a smile on your face. You know, but what a lot of people don't see is that you're not just happy to be in the room. You're trying to show motherfuckers why you deserve to be there and why you were picked up there in the first place. Now, I'm not just happy to be sitting amongst, you know, legends, veterans, just the name it. I'm not here for that. I'm here to show y'all why they picked me. And a lot of people don't understand, if they don't do a little bit of their little history when it comes to Sir Samurai. Again, this is where you talked about training in the storage facility, but I mean, Supreme Pro Wrestling, that look, it's not for the faint of heart. You know, it's not for, how they like to say, it's not for the weak. But what was it like, your experience training under Sir Samurai, but most of all, what you know, truly learned that you carried on in life and so forth, you know, because again, at the end of the day, you got to give it due to your mentors out there.
Dude, absolutely. Like, yeah, that part right there, because so many people get into the business learning kind of the wrong routine and the wrong set of rules. And I think that with SPW and Sir Samurai and Scoot, that they brought us in and they taught us the etiquette. They taught us the psychology, as well as teaching us the wrestling itself. That I was very lucky to have Sir Samurai and SPW first to be the ones who set the precedent of, you get there early, you stay late, you talk to the fans, you sell merch. Like, I learned just as much of wrestling from them as the psychology and the community of being a pro wrestler. So I was very thankful to have that as kind of my first experience, because you hear so many stories of people shooting themselves in the foot just because they don't know the etiquette as well. But yeah, exactly what you were saying. Timothy Thatcher came from SPW. Jeff Cobb did a good amount of training at SPW. There's JR Kratos from SPW. Yeah, so although it's still a small school in Sacramento, not too much pro wrestling going on in NorCal, like, I'm so proud and happy that I found that group and I was able to learn those basics there.
And to follow up on that, speaking of, you know, because it's a West Coast vibe, a lot of people that I've noticed, because again, I'm going to show my age here, is I used to sweep the ring for Shawn Michaels TWA. For those that don't know, he had his own little promotion, and it was in the trenches. I mean, how my father let me go into there, either or, but like, you know, a West Coast vibe. Can you attest to, like, what's the difference? Because a lot of people don't understand there is a different style. I know sports entertainment, wrestling is wrestling, whatever the case, but at the end of the day, there is a different vibe when it comes to people who are trained out in New York, Florida, Cali, whatever the case may be. So with you, like, for the Cali side of things, the West Coast, for those who don't know, what were the kind of challenges or like maybe like mental, you know, toughness, adversity that you had to face that you overcame, you know, that, man, you felt like, oh my God, you know, do I even want to pull up inside here or not? Or do I just want to let me just go home and, you know, whatever the case may be. But talk to that, because again, that also happens a lot, you know, happens a lot.
Yeah. I would want to say that perhaps, like us from the NorCal pro wrestlers, I like to think that we learn to lay it in. We learn to hit hard. That I feel like if I'll go to some other parts of the country, they don't lay it in as much as we've learned to do it here, to have respect for the art that we're doing. And I think another challenge that occurs a lot in California is a lot of people, it's difficult to get out of the Northern California sphere or the Southern California sphere. And I think I was able to do that by using social media. I had a really great highlight tape that I don't know, it's not viral, but it did really great for me in 2021, and that's how I made it to GCW. Was somebody sent that highlight tape to Brett Lauderdale, and Brett started booking me after that. So I think that that's a big challenge, is how people can go from having shows at in Northern California to becoming a person that travels. And yeah, I think that could be the hardest thing that people in Northern California can deal with. Because in Southern California, you can go to Tijuana, you can go to Vegas, you can go to Phoenix. But in kind of Sacramento, it's 7 hours to get to LA, 9 to get to Portland, like I guess 3 to get to Reno. But like, you know, there's a different level of popularity of wrestling in some of these places. So it is very interesting and like niche and nuanced. But yeah, that's the answer.
That's why I love it, man. You know, a lot of people love Fatu for his story. I just love folks like Cartwheel, Fatu, and them because it's just the West Coast vibe. It's a Bay Area thing. It's just a sense of pride, man. It's just a sense of pride. But yeah, go ahead. I'm sorry.
Okay, now.
Well, because you were talking about you're 5'6". So when it comes to your size and everything, because you know how like they say like most wrestlers now they want them to be taller and fit, but you're in a special case because I feel like you're becoming an elite talent that also is in that margin where not many people make it because of either their size, but the way you're able to just hang with the Goliaths and also beat them. Like, do anytime when you get in the ring and you see someone who's bigger than you or strong, is the mentality like always like immediately like, okay, I gotta do this, or is it just like do you just adapt as the way you go in the ring?
Yeah, I think I like to research a little bit before the matches and stuff. So when I come into a match with a large guy, my mentality is I have to break them down one limb at a time or 1 degree at a time. That I know I'm not going to be able to hit a sling blade. I'm not going to be able to hit a clothesline. Perhaps I could hit a top rope drop kick, but it's probably going to be me hitting him in the leg, then me hitting him in the back of the knee, then me hitting him in the hip, and then I'll be able to hit the clothesline, and then it would work. So I think it's that's the mentality of understanding when I'm in there with much bigger people, I'm going to have to add a couple of layers to what it takes to get them down.
I love that because more people need to follow up how they do that. So,
Wait,
did we?
All right, we got Jack Cartwheel here. He'll be back on for a moment as we wait for him. There, good conversation so far with Mr. Cartwheel, going back and forth, getting to know his Northern California history, the way I love what he was talking about, the psychology. Something that we don't hear a lot of the wrestlers talk about is the psychology of a match. As we get him back on here with Mr. Cartwheel, talking about his psychology, breaking down the matches when he's taking on a bigger opponent, working on the limbs, working on the knees, working on the hips. That's something that's a lost art that you don't see these days in professional wrestling, which I kind of love.
I love that he said he does research, because that's a lot of you hear a lot in most of like these companies is like not a lot of people want to do the research or be the ones that are looking at other people's matches to figure out, okay, maybe I can do this, maybe I can't do this. So that's something that like I love that he said, because it's an art that's slowly dying, because most people just they just think like, oh, I'm big, I'm strong, I can just do whatever I want. But that shows.
Just while we wait for Jack, just so y'all know, whether you're listening on Apple, Spreaker, iHeart, Spotify, wherever you get your favorite podcast, this is the Sports Jedi Network. Be sure to like, subscribe on YouTube. Be sure to follow the crew. And because of the sickness I had, we kind of had to push back a couple of dates. But as they like to say, God always got a plan, right? There's always a reason why. So I guess we'll get to announce it today, because this will come out way before that. So the same crew you see here, probably with the addition of 2 more to complete the collective. But it's official, and I do apologize, Mr. Chris. We're trying to make it earlier. But we got the Godfather showing up June the 10th. We are going to get 1 hour of uncensored, unfiltered talk when it comes to the history. And mind you, if y'all don't know this, he almost joined the NWO. He almost became what Virgil got hired to do in NWO is what they wanted the Godfather to do. But he said, I don't want to say no names, Hogan. But he said, why pay him so much X amount of money when we could just pay this guy? And yeah, we're going to talk a whole bunch about that. So remember, guys, June the 10th, and you'll get to tap in Sports Jedi Network on all of your streaming platforms.
That's what happens when smoke sessions and the Sports Jedi Network come together, man. Big things happen.
Absolutely.
I love the Godfather, man. I you got to ask him about his Undertaker thing.
You do. And that's good news, though.
One thing I liked about Jack, though, as we are still waiting for him to come, and I am going to ask this when he comes back on, but I ask the same thing a lot, and I'm not going to spoil the question right now, but he does a good job of getting people to recognize him. Yes. And Kev knows the question I want to ask Mr. Cartwheel when we get him back, but I like the way he does that. He gets people to notice him, and I think that's very important.
Oh yeah, no, absolutely. Oh, you're muted. Kev.
Hopefully he gets reset back on, as I had to switch computers too. I don't know what's going on.
Look, we're gonna schedule it early though. I'm trying to move it, to be honest with you, but at least the day after, which would be the 11th. But if not, we'll try to push it for at least like a 5 o'clock, thing, which is 5 o'clock Central, 6 p.m. Eastern time. So that way the whole crew can be there, get some vibes. But I like this. The teleprompter, this is what we were missing.
No, but yeah, Jack, you mentioned something when in your answer when you were talking to Famous Davis about someone saw your highlight tapes. And I like to ask a lot of, especially coming through the independents, because I think it's very important, and that's using your social media platforms, that is getting people to recognize you. And I was saying that when you were gone, one thing I like about you is you get people to recognize you. Talk to me about how important it is, because you said it in your answer with Famous Davis, right? People saw your highlight tapes, you got that opportunity. How important was it for you, before the ID programs, before showing up on major TV or major companies, to use your social media platforms, build your brand, to get those people to give you those other opportunities, like an AEW, AAA, etc.?
I would say, man, it's got to be like the second or third most important thing. Because, yeah, exactly that. It gives you the opportunities, and because nobody's going to know who you are if you don't talk about who you are, right?
Right.
It's hard to find anyone, even if you're looking for them. So you got to make sure that you're out there promoting yourself. And also, if you're not promoting yourself, then nobody else is going to as well, right? So, yeah, it's very important. And, as well, if you want to do better in selling some merch, it helps as well that people have seen you before. It's really hard to get in a ring, do a match, and automatically win somebody over. It helps if they know you a little bit before or want to know you a little bit more after, or so it's just building that relationship and allowing people to learn more about you and to dig deep into your character, and they want to follow you around with your journey as well. So it's one of the most important things, because I don't know what would have happened if the right people didn't see my videos and getting some of those opportunities. It's huge. Yeah.
And speaking of big opportunities, man, we saw you recently compete in Rey de Reyes in 2026 recently. First of all, what was the experience like, and how important has Lucha Libre been shaping your in-ring identity as well?
Man, that match, and to be able to be at AAA, to fight at such an amazing show, it felt spectacular. It was really, really crazy to be in there with main event talent and AAA talent and TJP, dude. Just it's so cool, and Lucha Libre means so much to me because I'm a huge fan of Santo, huge fan of Nacho Libre, huge fan of these acrobatics that when I got into pro wrestling and moved down to Los Angeles, I started training at a lucha school rather than a pro wrestling school. Just 2 years into pro wrestling is when I made that transition to start learning at a lucha school. So thank you to Lil Cholo and Mariachi Loco at the House of Lucha in the Los Angeles area to giving me just bringing me in, you know, because they didn't have to. I don't look like a regular luchador, but they brought me in and they taught me the skills and they taught me the same sort of community sense that you have with pro wrestling. And so to be at Rey de Reyes in AAA to challenge for the Crucero Championship against some of the best talents in the world, dude, it meant the world to me, and it brought a lot of pride as well that I wasn't just another guy in that match, man. I made myself heard. I threatened for that championship belt, and you know, whatever happens with Laredo Kid and Ray Phoenix coming up, man, I want to be next in line again.
Yeah, that match was fire, man. One of my favorites. Man.
That was that like the young kids say, Kev. Oh, that match cooked. Oh, they was cooking in the kitchen that day.
That's a Michelin. That's a 5-star Michelin star match.
Hey.
and I guess now that you're on the AAA, we're gonna have to just talk about the 6'10" giant in the room. What is it like knowing, you know, because again, this is a completely different era. A lot of folks wrote AAA off for the fact that the corporate name of WWE was on there. When in fact, again, we're not just saying this because you're here. This is things you can go back and check. Follow at K.Views, by the way. All right, no, just kidding. Didn't mean to plug that. But that is the greatest WWE product that we are seeing right now. That damn, the hour went by like that. Like what? Like from the announcers. Look, I'm not too well spoken in Spanish, but to hear Jack Cartwheel, like, yo, the crowd is hyped. Like the whole country is behind you. Like I just need to know. What was that? Not only experience like pre-debut of AAA, but post, you know, with the big man. And it was not only Undertaker, but you got Jeremy Borash out there putting in some good work. But talk to us because, hey, this is your moment. You're the one there.
Dude, yeah, I can't say it any better than you just did. The absolute bests in the industry, the GOAT, right? The Undertaker getting to get direct directions from him to learn under this tree is just insane, and it's inspiring to be in that position. And like everyone knows that he knows what he's doing, and I love that what you said, that like haters are gonna hate. They're gonna make assumptions on how they think it's gonna be before it even happens, and I'm so grateful that I get to be a part of AAA, breaking these barriers, creating new records, becoming perhaps the biggest AAA has ever been, right? So it's I'm so excited. Like all the luchadors who are getting opportunities now with WWE and AAA, like it's an absolute dream come true. And yeah, man, I'm just so glad that I was in that right time, in the right place, and a part of this journey, and a part of those amazing shows that have gotten such great reviews. And learning from The Undertaker, I was able to talk with him and get some specific questions down, but that's more for behind the curtain things.
Yeah, you got to keep that. There's some sentimental moments you just cannot pull back on. That's what makes it more heartfelt, more appreciative, and something that's just a milestone in your life. Before we move on, though, to whoever's going to pass the mic next, and again, we're probably stating the obvious here. I know you're WWE ID, but is it safe to say you are an active member of the AAA roster? Okay, is it safe to say that? I know they haven't really updated the page so much, but is it safe to say Jack Cartwheel is an active member of the AAA roster, not just a recurring guest?
It is safe to say. Yes. Yeah.
Right.
So
Congratulations.
That's what I want to hear. Congratulations on that, for sure.
Like it's because I've asked, I'm like, am I allowed to say that I'm contracted to AAA? So yes. And no longer WWE ID. So
yes, there you go.
But
there you go.
Yeah.
Let's
so
go.
I'm full on AAA now, but I do understand a lot of people have that idea that I'm still an ID AAA guy. So it's
there you
huge.
go.
I'm really happy.
Bienvenido. Bienvenido a AAA.
See, we just see that. There you go, folks. If y'all are just barely not only tuning in, not catching up with Jack Cartwheel's story and his journey, again, you just heard it here. He's not even WWE ID. Full-blown AAA, baby. Can't wait, man. Who's up? Let me pass the mic. This mic got hot. The mic got hot.
Yeah, we're going to get a nap. Let me make this statement. My primer luchador del AAA, the one and only Jack Cartwheel. I had to say it in Spanish, but my first AAA on the Sports Jedi Network talent, Jack Cartwheel, man.
Yes, sir.
I appreciate it.
Don't worry. We'll edit that WWID out, and we're going to put AAA right there for you. We're going to pick that out right there for you.
All right.
Yeah, now.
So now that we know that you are a full member of the AAA roster, what are some dream opponents you have and championships that you're looking to chase?
Man, so I think me and Dominic Mysterio would be super cool. That is a dream opponent. Rey Fenix is a dream opponent. Penta is a dream opponent. I was lucky and honored to get the opportunity to wrestle Dragon Lee, who is another one of those dream opponents, but that one came real. So that's just freaking sick. I think me and Psycho Clown would have a lot of fun. I think me and Pagano would also have a lot of fun, just from a more in a him as a bad guy, me as the good guy, clean trying to beat up the scary monster, right? So and chasing the AAA Mega Championship and continuing to chase the Crucero Championship. I have so much left in the tank, and it sucks that I'm on pause right now. I'm on the brakes. Somebody hit the brakes, but man, I can't wait for the wheels to start spinning again.
No, we can't wait to see you back either. You know,
hey, man, we're just proud.
Hey, you're gonna trust me. You're gonna blow up all over Mexico, all over AAA. It's coming.
Thank you.
Yeah. I'm enjoying
AAA. Wow. My fault. Sorry.
No, you're good. You're good. I'm enjoying it. I speak Spanish, so I enjoy when the announcers, introduce you and everyone else in Spanish. But one thing I want to ask you, because you are probably one of two of people that me and Kev have gotten to talk to that came from the indies and is now wrestling on television. And my question for you is, was it challenge? Well, no, let me take that back. How did you adapt to, I'm wrestling in the indies and I'm wrestling on TV? Meaning, okay, now that you're on TV, you got a timing, camera spots. How is that transition from wrestling on the indies, where it's kind of, I think you're catering towards the crowd, and you can kind of let loose a little bit, and then you get on TV now. Okay, did it change a little bit of the way you worked in a sense, because there were a little bit more things you had to adapt to? How was that challenge?
Yeah, so I think you nailed it on a couple of those aspects. I think two things are like the most important. Exactly what you said with on the indies, right? You're more free to roam around a little bit, look out at the crowd, acknowledge them a little bit more. And although you still do that on TV, rather than acknowledging the actual crowd that is there, you're not also acknowledging the camera, but you're looking at your opponent. Every time that you would have the inclination to look over at the crowd, no, with the TV cameras, it's all looking at you, and it never would make sense for you to look out at the crowd. So all of that is all coming out to who you are wrestling to. As well as the level of intensity that on the independents, maybe the cameras aren't as good, or somebody is watching, looking for different sort of things. wrestling on TV, you have to understand it's all about the intensity. It's all about building up that fight. Not as much as on the independents where you're almost creating environment for this fight. On TV, it's already created. Now it's just up to the intensity and how passionate you can be in this battle. When I think the indies, you have to do much more to control the room. Yeah,
that makes sense.
You're less worried about the room itself. There it is.
Yeah, that's it.
There it is.
That's it.
We got the update. Update it now. AAA. Let's go.
There it is.
Updated.
Oh yeah, we're gonna make sure. Look, we'll get to their post production. Don't even worry about that, because I'm gonna make a flyer for us personally. Damn the AI stuff. I'm gonna design the flyer, and we're gonna work that in for sure.
What do you use for flyers?
So what I like to use is InShot, and then of course, like you said, Canva Pro, and Adobe. But I'm very picky. Like I love the neon font, Miami Vice, cyberpunk kind of vibe signature. So if you see like, ours is always like a signature of some type. Like I told my people, like it has to stand out. Like you have to be bold, be different, but it's a lot of fucking work, man. I'll tell you that.
I might hit you up later.
Yeah. Hey, you let me know anytime, and it's always love.
He does great work. Yes.
Yeah. Now I'm gonna ask this because we've been having a great time here, and I'm seeing you're very positive, very happy. Like you, even in your own catchphrase, putting a smile on one cartwheel at a time. Obviously, this is going to be a no-brainer. You work as a babyface, great. Now, personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm kind of intrigued to see how you work as a heel. Ever thought process? Because you are super happy and you're energetic. Now I'm interested.
Dude, yeah, I would love to work it out whenever the correct timing comes up and the correct vibes for it, right? Because yeah, there's definitely a couple ways I could take it or have done before. I've done work as a heel in much smaller crowds just to get reps at it, right? And yeah, I think that there's the angle of like I'm jacked, I'm agile, I can wrestle so good that I'm gonna do it while doing cartwheels because it's so easy, I don't even have to try type thing. I think there's that vibe, like the cockiness vibe of it. That might be kind of only it. I think there is that dark, deep, upsetting anger that I have, that everybody has in some sort of way as well. But perhaps the Jack Cartwheel character as a bad guy is more of a cocky one rather than a warmongering one, I would think. But I think it would be fun to try it either way, because I would be menacing and angry and upset, and then I would punch somebody in the face, and then I'd do a cartwheel after and laugh at them. I think that, there's a lot to do there, and I'm glad I haven't opened that door officially yet, because when I do, it'll open up a whole nother avenue for me to try out. And yeah, but I've been pretty strictly babyface the last 6-7 years, and I love it. But also, whenever it's time to flip that switch, Jack Cartwheel is ready to go.
Oh yeah, don't do it anytime soon, because you are very infectious. Your energy and your happiness. Your baby face is so infectious. I can see you make a lot of money in Mexico and the United States with that baby face run. No need to turn heel. Just saying, in the back of the mind, it'll be interesting. But me personally, I'm gonna be honest with you. I want to see your career get more over than you are as a baby face. So yeah, keep it up, man. I know that's in the back of your mind, and I'm compelled for it. But at this point, to be honest with you, I love the Jack Cartwheel. That putting smiles on everyone's faces, one cartwheel at a time. I love that clash rage. That was the win that popped. I had to put it in the thumbnail. I had to, because it was just phenomenal.
Heck yeah. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Let's kind of delve off.
Bro, that's going to be a gift. When he does that shit, that's going to be a gift. It's going to be funny as hell, too.
Yeah, because it's going to be Anakin Skywalker turning into Darth Vader when that happens year down the road.
Right.
Yes.
And
he said Cartwheel. He said Cartwheel.
Cartwheel.
Yeah. Maybe, because yeah, the parts of me is like, oh, maybe if when I return, I only got injured because the fans have been pushing me so hard to do more and more cartwheels. That's why I got injured. Therefore, I'm not going to do them when I return. There's totally that story I could go to, but exactly what you were saying. I've been having great success with the character that I am now, telling that story. But yeah, it's fun to think about.
I like that.
Let's just cut the malarkey, fellas. All right, let's just cut the malarkey here. You're in Mexico, you know what I mean? Look, let's again, and this goes to your beginning of training. I know they teach you the ins and outs of wrestling and whatever. We get that, but they also teach you about discipline outside of the ring. Hey, man, there's gonna be a nightlife out here. You're gonna see some, hey, it's gonna be like this. You need to Does Mr. Cartwheel ever get to bask in his glory, nightlife, or is he the disciplined tame? Like, nah, I'm gonna stick to what I know.
Yeah, no, I totally hear what you're saying. I don't want to go crazy. I don't want to. If I have a drink or two, I think that'd be fine and fun if you just take an edge off a little bit. But I would say also, not much of that's going on. But still a tiny bit, here or there, especially if it's like the end of a crazy loop and I got home on a Sunday and it's like I did stuff Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Maybe I'll have a drink on Sunday.
And the reason I asked that is because the follow up to this, I was trying to, you know how you got to alley-oop it to yourself off the glass. Have you ever taken a shot with your boss and maybe some of the legends backstage? That's what I
haven't. I'm afraid to, but
that's what I was trying to get at because I just know,
I know when it comes down to it, I'll be fine, but I'm like not great with shots at all. But I know if it came down to it, I'd tough it out. It'd be all right.
No, for sure. That's what I want to know.
Actually, I don't know. Maybe not. Maybe let me not say that. Maybe next time.
No.
We're going.
He's gonna say, "Come here,
But
son. Here's a little bit of Jack Daniels. Come here, son."
That'll be like me telling After P, who doesn't drink as much like that, but like, hey man, come here, man, take a shot. Come here, bro. All right, man. All right, I got you. But I just wanted to ask that because it's your journey. It doesn't matter how quick it got you there, the sacrifice. You're here. You're in the room. You're with executives, legends. You're making power moves right now. I guess before I lob that mic, when they did tell you, yeah, you can go ahead and say you're full-time AAA now, what was that feeling like to know that hey, it's where you want to take you? Because again, this is AAA is not the end all be all, because of course we did say that they need to send up some AAA folks to NXT, but we're not gonna get into that yet. But the feeling what it was like, to know like, hey, take that WWE ID off him. AAA now.
Yeah. Tears in an airport, which is kind of when I learned that it was going to happen. So it wasn't when the actual deal came, just the idea that it was being processed, that I was told in the airport, and I went to go somewhere else and cried, took a good picture of myself when I did that so I could keep it, because it's emotional, right? Like this is what you put your heart and soul into. So yeah, I think it was it was very emotional, and like I had tears of joy that like it happened, and a very similar feeling to when I got ID'd, that it was reaching that level.
Man, that's awesome. Woo!
Yeah.
He's preaching, y'all.
Took
Yeah.
Squatted somewhere.
He's preaching, y'all.
Yeah.
Well, because I know you're also a sports fan. So what are the sports teams that you go for, and how hard do you ride for your teams?
So in football, I'm a Miami Dolphins fan. And
right here.
It's been a oh yeah? Let's
go.
Oh
man, bro, yeah, the rebuild, but hopefully, I'm glad that we kept the running back. I'm glad that Devon is staying, and because it would have been bad if they just let him go just like that. So
yeah, like it's been a rough decade for us, but Yeah, like, and I'm not like a die-hard Dolphins fan, or but like out of football, Dolphins is my team. I just loved their colors growing up. My dad was a Dolphins fan, so it was kind of combo of those things. Even though I was born in Seattle, I would have had a much better time being a Seahawks fan, but that's just not what happened. And then for a lot of the other sports, I do a silly thing where when I don't fully like follow the sport, it kind of defaults to the popular LA team. So I'm a Lakers and a Dodgers fan as well.
This Jack Cartwheel is coming out really fast because I'm a Jet fan here.
I was about to say that is
Jet
the most
fan.
heelish thing I've ever heard.
Yeah, are you sure you're a baby face?
The Dodgers and the Lakers?
No,
yes.
the Dolphins. I'm a Jet fan. I'm a Yankee fan. So yeah.
Oh shit!
There it is.
Yeah.
But by the way, we call people who like multiple different teams like that bifannuals. So that's funny.
Don't bring any of that kind. You like different teams. Get it. What he means is you like if you like the Spurs and the Lakers, you're a bifannual. You go both teams. You go both ways with teams. That's what he means. Keep that.
Oh
off.
no,
Take that off the record.
He got it.
He's just happy that he found another Miami Dolphins fan after like 7 years of podcast episodes here.
I was about to say because I didn't know there were I didn't know there were many out there. So now you found yourself a buddy. But no, as we are kind of winding down here, I do want to ask. You had a big 2025. You are now where you're at now with AAA. What are some of your goals for the rest of this year, whether that's new opponents? Obviously, you're working to get back into the ring, maybe go up to another brand. What really are Jack Cartwheel's goals here for the remainder? We almost are almost halfway done with the year in a week or so. So
yeah,
now that we're halfway done, what would you like the rest of this year to look like for you?
Great question. I would say that one of my biggest goals is to be in that Triple Mania show. Although I didn't have that goal at the beginning of the year because it wasn't fully announced yet, but as of right now, that's the biggest goal that I have, to be in a match in the Triple Mania show, which I still have a good 3 months of recovery and rehab and getting back so I can get myself to that position. That is a huge goal that I have this year. I would love another chance at the Crucero Championship. That's another huge goal, right? Like, I had 2 opportunities. It's got to be third time's the charm. By the end of the year, if I could do that, I'd be so happy. I've had this goal every year that I want to bench 405. It hasn't happened yet, but I would love to get that as well, that there's a fitness goal out there. And I would say just staying with AAA, man. I'm so happy, so content, so stoked to be here. But what I want is to get more wins and build higher stock in AAA. So it's not about reaching for another a promotion or anything like that. It's about being the best at what I'm doing already, which is hard because it's not I'm reaching for this goal to get a contract, which is where I was for so long. Now it's okay, you got it. Now let's prove it and let's build against other people who've been doing it for very long, who are just as freaking motivated and talented. So yeah, I would say those are some goals. September's huge, and continuing whatever momentum I get from the fallout of that.
Love it.
That's all.
Chris, you got a follow-up?
Yeah.
Yes. What would your, now that I should have asked this in the opposite way, but how have you felt your half of your 2026 has gone? Obviously with the injuries, but how do you think the first half of your year has gone so far?
Dude, I would say really well. If it wasn't for the injury, dude, it would have been so good that I would have wrestled the main event talent of Dragon Lee, wrestled the legendary La Parka, wrestled on a PLE, or I guess it wasn't PLE, but Rey de Reyes, having a chance at the Cruzeiro Championship. These are all just massive highlights that I don't know if I would have been able to predict it 3 years ago exactly where I would be. So I would say it's going great. I would say, although it's important to an extent because we're talking about social media and building your brand. I think
Absolutely, very important.
Definitely given me a good leap up on social medias as well. That's been great. I think I legit went from probably 20,000 on Instagram in December. Now I'm at 40, which nice. I think so much of it had to be getting tagged in those WWE posts, getting tagged in the AAA posts, and being shared as having those videos shared from fans of WWE or AAA, not necessarily Jack Cartwheel fans. So I think, we're talking about the grand scheme of success. I don't think that is necessarily it, but it feels good.
It should. You put in the hard work to get to where you're at. It damn right should feel good. So you're gonna keep doing big things, man. And this is really the only beginning to it.
Heck yeah! Thank you.
I think more opportunities are gonna come to you too, because you're doing stuff that a lot of other people immediately when they get in they don't do, and that's study, watch film. So
yes,
I think sky's the limit for you.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Yeah. And then it leads me to that question, a little bit of a follow-up though. But what message do you have for everybody that's supporting you in this journey? Because we're riding along with you. So what message do you have for us that we're supporting you in this journey, and we're going to continue supporting you in this journey, not only from recovery, but beyond?
Yeah. I want to tell everyone thank you who has been there with me and for me. It's a long journey, and I'm always reminded from fans and community that what I'm doing isn't just for myself, right? Because there's a lot of times that I'll travel by myself and I'll get to the show and after the match or whatever, driving back, and I'll thank you guys for still being there even when it feels like I'm alone at the same time. Like that's what's so powerful of having the fan base that supports me. And it means the most to me. And I would also say to chase their goals, to get after it, to find their cartwheel, to find their WrestleMania. It doesn't have to be WrestleMania, but whatever it is, to go hard at it, to love it, and to put your all into it because you got one life.
Awesome. By the way, if those that are watching and listening, you could see scrolling on the ticker below how you could follow and find Jack Cartwheel, also his merch. Please, it's very cost effective. Yep. It also supports. It helps in many ways. So go to the merch store as you see it scrolling underneath and purchase a t-shirt, purchase a merch. Not just him, anyone on the independent scene. That's how you support them. That's how you show the love, and then you tell them and motivate them. Keep on going because we're supporting you not just with our verbal words, but with also our finances and our time. So yeah, I wanted to bring that out there. So appreciate that. Go ahead, K-Dub.
I don't know how y'all gonna end it, man. We do want to thank you so much, Jack, for your time. And again, Nine-Wise, whatever you need, it's always gonna be love. Just for the appreciation, it's always gonna be love. Matter of fact, we want to thank you. Matter of fact, I think I'll be paying you, just so you know, because it's just the time and consideration. But I guess I did want to, it's not me unless I say some off the wild question, right? I got you.
I know.
You've been in the ring quite a handful of years. I gotta know, has anybody passed gas on you in the ring and you're like, oh, come on, man? I gotta ask.
Yeah, that's a great question. That is a great question. I don't think I've ever, nothing comes to mind. Nothing comes to mind that I'm like, oh, that happened in GCW. Nothing necessarily came straight to mind for that. So no, that hasn't happened. Maybe it has, but I wasn't aware.
Oh, yeah, we asked D'Lo Brown off the record, and yeah, we weren't gonna put that on, but he did say, man, your boss had some stanky gas. It was just hilarious, so I had to ask. But this was no way a shameless plug, ladies and gentlemen, for Dude Wipes, which you see right there. Go ahead and put that right back up real quick. Well,
that is our sponsor.
Hey, hold up. He might sell. He might. Hey, look at that, Dude Wipes.
It's on Dom Mysterio's gear.
See?
Oh, I like. Yeah.
Yeah.
Look, Text Dude Save 20 to 59463, and we'll send you a code now for 20% off your next order. But be sure you go to Jack Cartwheel's website. Make sure you go to his social medias, click on the merch. I'm about to hop off and do the same thing after this episode, because if you're not doing that, then what are you doing with your life? Don't make me take my shirt off. Don't make me do it. I'll do it again.
Oh, there you go. Making people smile one cartwheel at a time. Welcome to the Rocketwheel. Yes, sir.
Let's go.
Nap. Final questions, guys. I'm going to go with Nap, and then we'll go around Rod Robin.
Well, with me, it's so because this is actually an Indies question to end it, but like, what's the craziest thing you've seen on the Indies that was like that had you kind of like, oh, okay, this is different versus like now you're basically in AAA. So, what are one of the most craziest things you've seen in the Indies?
Well, I mean, no locker room's always a weird thing that happens a lot. Not that it's necessarily like the worst thing ever or something like that, but there's a lot of situations where you're going to the bathroom outside where you're like, hey, I'm about to go perform. I should be able to use a normal bathroom. Just stuff like that. Yeah. And I mean, I've had the tire go out on the road and stuff like that. I think that's more journey stuff rather than actual at the show. What the hell is this?
Yeah. My final question. How's wrestling in Mexico? What was that crowd environment the first time you stepped foot there compared to the States? Because a lot of independent wrestlers that me and Kev have talked to, that's one of their dream places to go wrestle. If it's not there, it's Japan. And
yes.
You're one of the only few people here that's actually gotten to do that. So what was your kind of real quick first experience wrestling inside of a Mexican arena with that crowd that's crazy about Lucha?
Yeah, it didn't disappoint. It lived up to everything that I've heard. You know, that I think earlier on in the shows, or in the show, hypothetically, I remember being like, what is it that these guys are doing? What are they pulling out to like be getting these types of reactions? Like, oh, we're screwed. We have like my match is gonna be good, but like holy cow, what's getting this reaction? And then I'll go look, and they're doing normal stuff, and that's just to show like how crazy those reactions are. So then when I went out there and did my stuff, it felt even greater. But it's that it's very much a much more giving crowd. That it's loud, it's exciting, it's fun. It makes you feel like a better wrestler because there's more sound happening, and it makes you feel better. You have more time to do things because
you probably get that adrenaline rush.
Well. What was
you probably
that?
get that adrenaline rush. That's like it makes you want to work harder too. The crowd's going crazy for you and your opponent in the ring. I bet you're just like it makes you want to keep going with that intent because you said intensity, something you said earlier, and I bet that Mexican crowd really does that.
Yeah.
Okay.
My final question: What is the legacy that Jack Cartwheel wants to leave in the professional wrestling world when the career is done in maybe 40 years from now?
Mm-hmm. I want people to remember me for breaking expectations. I want people to remember me for being a positive light in a industry where usually toxic people rise to the top. You know, I think that I want to have the legacy that it doesn't matter where you came from or what sort of things you were born with, that there are tools and there's passion inside of you that can reach almost any goal, no matter the amount of people who might try to deter you. So I think those if I left any of those three, it would be huge.
Love it. K-Dot.
What a guy.
And as WWE champion.
There you go.
There you go. Well, sorry, Jack. It's about to get a little hot in her. It's about to get a little hot in her. Gotta do it for
All right.
It's about to get a little hot. All right. look, we've been having a great time. You see us, we're all on a plane, right? You know, we're about to go, you're flying us to go see you at AAA, Triple Mania. But here's the thing, though. So our plane is going to go down unless they say you're in the arena. Remember, Yokozuna and Rikishi are just Yokozuna's here, and we're like, hey, the only way you can save us, Jack, is you're either going to take 20 stink faces from Rikishi, or you're going to take 20 bonsai drops from Yokozuna. That will be the way to save our flight and we land safely. Or are you going to say, it was great knowing you, fellas?
I would say either one. Either one. If it means to save you guys,
just kill us.
Like, hey, come on. We're talking about it's gonna be very painful. I'm gonna be feeling it for weeks, maybe months. But yeah, maybe the stink face.
See, I just have to ask because you never know. You get put into situations, you just never know. Look, he just might need to save a life.
I hate when I'm stuck in that specific situation.
I didn't mean to veer it off track like that. I had to do something off the wall. My fault. No, I'm not normally like this, Jack.
It had to be you. I mean, that's what makes you. That's what makes you, and now we appreciate that. Yeah, please, tell us where we could find you. Of course, everything's scrolling underneath there, but just for a plug anything away, where so forth, and where we could find you to our audience and so forth.
Totally, yeah. So on all my social medias, my account is Jack Cartwheel. It's Jack Cartwheel on Instagram, Jack Cartwheel on X, Jack Cartwheel on YouTube, Jack Cartwheel on Facebook. I should have a link in all of those accounts on my profile to go to the Big Cartel website where I sell my Get Cartwheel t-shirts, my Jack Cartwheel logo t-shirts. I also have a 8x10 from Cork and Hall there, the famous Japanese Hall. So I have all those
Ooh, just stepped out for a moment. I was gonna ask him
I should have kept my shirt on. I should have kept my shirt on, fellas. I think it was X, yo. I didn't mean to go extreme. Just put that one behind the paywall. Just put that behind the paywall.
Yeah, we'll put this behind the paywall. Yes. Only not fans. That's definitely on there.
Only ceiling fans.
Yes.
I knew you were gonna ask.
All right, so I'm back. I was talking about the Big Cartel website. That the link is on all my social media profiles. I have the 2 types of shirts and the 8x10. So yeah, you could find them there. And thank you guys so much for your support, and thank you for listening, and thank you guys for having me on the Sports Jedi Network with the smoking sessions. This has been Jack Cartwheel.
I appreciate that.
Thank you, Jack.
Thank you so much. This is it. This is the program, and we appreciate Mr. Cartwheel joining us here. We'll keep him in his recovery. We're gonna run the outro. Don't go away real quick after the outro. We want to thank you, and we're just gonna run out for 15 seconds. And of course, don't forget, may the sports be with you. We appreciate everyone. We'll see you next time.